We're here at the Rayburn House office building in Washington, D.C., and I'm here with the man himself, the dude. Thank you for coming. What did you think about the event?
I've been to Ukraine before. I've been to Kiev. I was at Maidan Square before the war, and I really appreciate the invitation I got for today because it brought home personal savagery that people have suffered and the passion that people have for freedom. And it's something that, unless you've been in the military, airborne all the way, unless you've been in the military and trained for it, it's very hard for most citizens, I think, to comprehend the suffering. Now, I think when people hear about no heat, I think all of a sudden, for this particular week in D.C., a lot of people that hear that message, they can begin to feel it a little bit.
Sure. And, this event was intentionally bipartisan. What's the importance in bringing unity together around this message to help Ukrainians at this time?
What I say is God's law is the natural state of man is to be free, is freedom. And evil is always with us, and we're fighting evil.
What most inspires you about the resilience of Ukrainians going through their hardship?
When you ask a question like that, I always refer back to the George Washington and the colonial patriots. And the one thing that has an indelible vision in my mind is our colonial troops trudging through the snow, leaving bloody footprints behind. And all war sucks. Okay, so people are going through the same thing when they lose their home, they lose their kids, they lose their town, they lose their occupation, some people lose everything.
Sure.
Today, any man that didn't have a tear in his eye, I don't know what to say about him.
Yeah, for sure. What future do you see for Ukraine as a sovereign state?
Well, they were peeled off of the Russian Empire as a sovereign state, and they've been invaded, and it simply needs to be restored.
For sure. And are there any last words that you'd like to relay to all the Ukrainian citizens out there?
Thank you for that wonderful question, because if you focus on my button, which says, "Gun rights are women's rights," and "Guns stop crime," you might read that as "Guns stop invasions." But the picture that after having been there, the picture that stays in my mind as a Second Amendment firearms promoter in America and the rest of the world, if I have the opportunity, is that the picture in my mind is when the invasion occurred, when the war started, the government, which had restricted people's gun rights, couldn't get guns in the hands of people fast enough. And my question is, well, why didn't they have guns?
Well, thank you so much for being here today and supporting the event. It was a pleasure talking to you, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.